Let me say this right off the bat. Women aren't as mysterious as you've been led to believe. In fact, once you understand the psychology behind their behavior, emotions, and desires, you'll realize something powerful. Getting a woman obsessed with you isn't about looks, money, or even being the nice guy. It's about knowing how her mind works. And in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly that. Welcome back to the channel, fellas. Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial and eye-opening topics in modern dating: how to use female psychology to make almost any woman obsess over you. That's right. Not chase, not like, not even fall for you. I'm talking about obsession. The kind that keeps you on her mind day and night. The kind that flips the script and puts you in the position of power. Now, let me be clear. This isn't manipulation. This is awareness. This is understanding the subtle psychological triggers that most men overlook and women will never admit to. Why? Because they're subconscious. They don't even realize they're reacting to them, but you will. What you're about to learn are 7 psychological tricks that tap directly into a woman's emotional wiring. These aren't pickup lines or gimmicks. These are behavioral patterns, emotional signals, and mindset shifts that flip the switch in her brain. And once it's flipped, she can't unsee you. She starts craving you, valuing you, even idealizing you. Most men spend their whole lives chasing women who barely notice them. After this video, you won't be one of them. You'll understand what really makes a woman obsessed, and more importantly, how to trigger it naturally. So buckle up, because once you learn these 7 tricks, you'll never look at women or yourself the same way again. Number 1, ignore her beauty, praise her mind. 1. Ignore her beauty, praise her mind. Instead, most men fall into the same trap. They meet a beautiful woman, and the first thing out of their mouth is some version of, "Wow, you're so gorgeous," or "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." And while that might seem polite or flattering, it actually does more harm than good, especially if you want to stand out and get into her head. Here's the hard truth. Attractive women hear compliments about their looks constantly. It means nothing to them. In fact, they've learned to filter it out. So when you lead with her appearance, you instantly become another forgettable guy who's feeding her ego. She knows she's hot. You're just confirming it like every other dude. But if you really want her to notice you, obsess over you, and wonder why she's thinking about you long after you've gone, then here's the trick. Ignore her beauty. Instead, praise something about her mind, her insight, or the way she thinks. Women are rarely truly seen for who they are beneath the surface. Most men are so distracted by how they look, they never even notice how sharp, witty, or insightful a woman is. And that's where your power lies. Say you're talking to a woman who made an interesting comment about a book, a business idea, or even a perspective on relationships. You look her straight in the eye and say something like, "You know what? Most people never think like that. I can tell you actually pay attention to things most people overlook. That's rare." Boom. That's a compliment she doesn't hear every day. It taps into her identity. It tells her, you see what most men miss, and that hits different. The moment you stop drooling over her looks and start engaging with her mind, something flips in her. She becomes curious. She starts chasing your approval, because now it's not about her looks, it's about something deeper, something she can't easily control. And that mystery is addictive. This approach also creates what psychologists call a value reversal. Instead of acting like you're lucky to talk to her, she starts feeling like she's lucky to have caught your attention in a meaningful way. That shift creates obsession, because now you're no longer another admirer, you're a challenge. And here's the real kicker. The less you talk about her looks, the more powerful your words become when you eventually mention them. If you drop a casual, by the way, you're also stunning. After you've already connected with her on a deeper level, it lands 10 times harder, because it's no longer empty flattery. It's validation from a man she respects. Bottom line, don't feed the part of her that everyone already sees. Feed the part she hides. That's how obsession starts. Number 2, pull away when she wants you close. This one messes with a 2. Pull away when she wants you close. Woman's head in a way she won't even be able to explain to herself. And it works because it flips the emotional script most men follow. See, when a woman starts showing more interest, when she texts more, calls more, gets a little clingy, most guys think, yes, I finally got her. Now I need to match her energy so I don't lose her. So they give away all their power. Women don't obsess over men who act like they can't live without them. They become obsessed with the ones who remain centered, grounded, and completely unfazed by the fear of walking away. That kind of confidence makes a woman stop and question everything, because now you're not reacting to her behavior. You're setting the standard. You're not panicking over where things are headed. You're choosing whether or not she even gets to stay in your world. When you carry yourself like you could walk away at any time, it signals something deep. You're not emotionally dependent on her. You're not here because you need validation or affection. You're here because she adds value. And if that changes, you're gone. That's the frame that drives women crazy. Not in a toxic, chaotic way, but in a way that challenges them. It forces them to step up, to invest more, to wonder how to hold your attention. And that wondering, that's where obsession is born, because you're no longer predictable. You're no longer emotionally at her mercy. You become the challenge, the one who doesn't give everything away just because she shows interest. That mystery makes her dig deeper. It makes her feel like she has something to prove, and that's exactly where you want her. Most women are used to men who are scared to lose them, men who try too hard to keep the peace, to avoid conflict, to please at all costs. But when you break that pattern, when you show her that you're the kind of man who won't settle for half effort or emotional games, she sees you differently. She respects you. She thinks about you when you're not around. She starts chasing that feeling you give her because it's rare. Walking away isn't a threat. It's a standard. It's the unspoken message that says, I want you, but I don't need you. And when a woman feels that, she leans in. She invests. She becomes emotionally hooked. Because deep down, what she wants more than anything is a man who doesn't lose himself in her, but one who makes her want to be part of his world. Number 5, be unpredictable. Never let her fully figure you out. 5, be unpredictable. Never let her fully figure you out. There's something dangerous about being too consistent in how you show up with a woman. Dangerous because it makes you easy to figure out. And the moment a woman feels like she has you all figured out, the excitement fades, the mystery dies. That edge you had when you first met starts to disappear. Why? Because human nature is drawn to unpredictability. We get emotionally invested in what we can't fully understand. And women are no different. When you're unpredictable in a smooth, controlled, intentional way, you stay on her mind. You create emotional tension. She starts thinking, what's he going to do next? What's on his mind? Why does he seem different today? That tension, that curiosity becomes obsession. Not because you're playing games, but because you're not robotic. You're not repeating the same behaviors, responses, and energy day after day. You keep her emotionally engaged without even trying. This doesn't mean you need to be unstable or inconsistent in your values. It means you stop being so routine with your energy and responses. If you always text back right away, switch it up. If you always compliment her the same way, stop doing it so predictably. If you always initiate plans, take a step back and let her wonder if she'll hear from you this time. That subtle unpredictability is what keeps her emotionally alert. Let's say you usually have a deep, serious tone when you talk to her. You're insightful, thoughtful, grounded, but one night you randomly flip the vibe. You get playful, tease her a little, say something that catches her off guard in a good way. She'll laugh, maybe blush, but most importantly, she'll feel something new. That emotional shift plants itself in her mind. She goes to bed thinking about it, not because it was dramatic, but because it broke the pattern. Women crave emotional variety. If they can predict every word and every move you'll make, they start emotionally checking out. When they feel like there's always a new layer to you, something they haven't quite figured out, they stay hooked. They invest more time, more thought, more emotion into trying to decode you. And that's exactly what you want. The goal is to never become a routine. Routine makes you boring. Predictability makes you forgettable. But unpredictability done with charm, self-awareness, and a calm presence makes you unforgettable. It triggers that ancient part of the female mind that equates mystery with value. So don't be the guy who says the same thing, reacts the same way, and shows up with the same energy all the time. Be the guy who's consistent in confidence but unpredictable in presence. Because when a woman can't fully figure you out, she starts building stories in her head. She starts imagining, obsessing, and chasing what feels just out of reach. And once